You know, we starting to see a little separation from these guys now. You know, you got Devin Haney finna get ready to fight Regis Prograis, which is a fantastic
What are your thoughts
matchup.
on that fight?
Man, this matchup is, hey, look. In my eyes, it's 50-50. In my eyes, you know, I could be wrong. You know, I've heard 60-40. I got a partner, thinks it's 50-60-40. Shout out to gyms out there, boxing gyms. But I personally think it's 50-50. I think that everybody is see, you're only as good as your last performance.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are writing off Regis, you know. You got to go back. You got to look at Regis and what he was able to do early on. You know, fights back in the past. You know, he's not one-dimensional. You know, Regis brings he has layers to his game. He does. He has layers to his game. He can box. He can be elusive. He can make you miss. He can pressure. He can come forward. And he's coming from the southpaw stance, and that's the reason why I'm picking Prograis to win. I'm picking him to win this fight.
A lot of people got Devin winning this fight.
Of course, because look, everybody's going off that last performance because of the footwork. You know, that last performance, Prograis footwork wasn't there. It wasn't on point. But you got to realize that you don't think he gonna learn from that.
Absolutely, he's a professional. He's supposed
come on, dog.
Yeah.
You don't think he's gonna learn from that? You don't think he's not gonna? You don't think he's working on cutting off the ring? You know what I'm saying? He was following Zaria.
Yeah.
You don't think he's been working on that to get ready for Devin? Come on, man. Like, yo, you can fix these little holes that you have in your game. You can fix them, and I'm sure he's been working for like I think 13 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, he stays in camp for like double time than he normally would be in camp.
Yeah, dog. So you know he put in the work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know he analyzed his last performance, and that's what happens when you have a bad performance. Like, I can't wait till Shakur come back.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait, because when you have a bad performance and then you come back, bruh, I'm telling you, it refocuses you, bro.
Yeah.
It refocuses you. You get back in the gym, you get back in your groove. You know, you're like, man, you start having success. You stop doing the things that made you successful. But now you go back and you do things like in the past that made you successful. You bring it back. You know, and then your focus is completely different. You locked in all the way. So when Shakur come back, he gonna be a mean son of a gun, no doubt about it. And when Regis, like I see him now in the press conference, he's focused, super focused.
Yeah.
He's super focused. He put in the work. He has the punching power that can hurt Devin. Devin ain't never tested the waters at 140.
Yeah, like, that's what Regis keeps saying. So do you think Devin Power is going to come up, is going to carry with him?
What you mean?
I mean, I know he's never had
Listen to me. Punchers are born.
Yeah.
Devin's not a puncher. Y'all need to understand that. Devin is not a puncher. With his power carry up he never had power at 135. He's not gonna have power at 140 all of a sudden, 5 extra pounds. See, look, you gotta understand, you can improve your punching power with technique. Okay. Devin's technique is not all that great. He's not gonna be able to improve his punching power just on weight alone. His technique has to improve. You know what I'm saying? Devin wants to get the hell out of the way once he gets off. He wants to get the hell out of the way. You know, if he improved his technique, he might hit a little bit harder, but he don't. You know what I mean?
Now, do you really believe that he's going to stand in front of him like he's telling Regis? He's not going to box around like he normally does? You think he's going to stand there in the center of the ring with him?
Look, Devin in recent fights, if you go back and you watch his recent fights, Devin stands his ground.
Okay.
And standing your ground don't mean that you're not boxing. It's maintaining that space. It's maintaining that distance. Devin knows how to maintain that space. Got a good step back game. He can make a lot of Regis punches fall short. You know, Regis has some short ass arms. You know, Devin is has the longer arms. He can keep them at bay, keep them occupied. Have them looking at something all the time. Looking at the jab, breaking them up and down. You know, stabbing them here, stabbing them there. You know what I'm saying? Regis commits, boom, right hand, catch him with the right hand, hook, turn him out, and stew it all over. Like, Devin is a tactician. Like, you take skill out of this whole equation, right?
Yeah.
Devin knows how to win. That's just it. Like, that's why he's so damn good. He knows how to win. He's not a technician, he's a tactician, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, like, he knows when to tie up. He knows when to come forward and brawl. You know, he knows when to box off the back foot. You know, he knows what he has to do at the right moments. That's why he's so damn good.
Yeah.
So, but as far as Regis goes, he can move. Regis was boxing against Taylor.
Yeah.
Go back and watch that fight towards the end when he was outboxing Taylor. He was stepping back off the back foot, popping him, moving to the side, angling himself out, and countering Taylor.
Yeah.
That's when he was having success. But where he messed up is that he stayed too much in the middle, trying to pressure, and Taylor was a better inside fighter than he was. And Taylor was able to bump him and get him on his heels and then work off with quick combinations. So he can do a little bit of everything too, Regis Prograis. But he got heavy ass hands.
That's the
you
difference.
know, that's the difference right there. We seen, look, Haney ain't gonna tell you that Lomachenko buzzed him. He ain't gonna tell you.
The whole world's seen it.
Come on now.
The whole world's seen it. You can't deny it.
Lomachenko little,
Yeah.
and he a southpaw. You know, Lomachenko buzzed him.
Yeah.
Now, if Lomachenko was able to buzz him, what you think Regis is gonna do? He gonna catch him. He gonna catch him. Now, Haney's gonna have to ask some questions once he gets caught. Either he gonna be there, he got his mind made up, like, hey, I'm gonna take whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get in these fights, you just gotta win, man. You gotta figure out a way to win these fights. You know, looking good, sometimes you gotta look terrible. It just is what it is. As long as you get that dub, that's all that matters. But I think this fight gonna be a fantastic fight, man. This lead up has been crazy.
Yeah.
From both
This is one of the biggest fights. I think it's gonna be the fight of the year if you ask me.
Oh, really?
I think it might be the fight of the year if you ask me.
You never know. You never know. It just seems to me that Devin is on a mission. Devin is on a mission. Regis is fighting for more than just total notch belt.
Yeah.
Regis is fighting for respect, man.
Yeah.
Respect. You know, a year ago, everybody was saying Regis is most feared.
Yeah.
Understand that Devin was like, okay, most feared, I want to get at it. Let's go. Hey, I got mad respect for Devin, man. Like Devin is taking on the biggest challenges out there. I think he's probably one of the best or the smartest businessmen out there in boxing.
Yeah.
Smart, you know. Out of the young guns, he's probably the smartest guy. But I'm going with the underdog. I'm going to go with the underdog, and the reason why I'm going with the underdog is because that grit, that hunger. You know, it took Regis to get to this point, to where he's at, man. It took a very long time to be able to get back on top the way he is right now, man. And I don't think he's gonna let that go easily. He's going to do whatever he possibly can to win this fight. And if he catches Devin and he hurts him, I'm sure he gonna get him up out of there, man. He really is. And so I'm banking on the puncher catching him. Again, Regis can do more than just punch. The dude got skills. He got skills now, you know, and I think he's a lot more fresher than what people think he is.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying he's a little old, you know, he's a little long in the tooth. No, this dude started boxing at 17 now. 17.
Yeah, he said that's when Devin turned pro, right? Devin turned pro
at 17, but Devin started really early. So Devin has a ton of experience, yes. Yes, and he's younger, but I'm talking about as far as mileage goes, Devin has way more miles than Regis. You know, so I'm just saying, I think he's a lot more fresher than what people's giving him credit for. I think that everybody's looking into that last fight like you can't make adjustments, you can't change. Well, you can, and he gonna show you that. And the pressure, the fact that Devin, his first fight at 140 and he ain't touched the water, you know, at 140, that's interesting.